we talk about going to sleep like flipping a light switch, right?
Yeah, totally.
You just, you hit the pillow, your brain powers down, the screen goes black, and then bam, 8 hours later, the lights just flick back on.
Right, which is just completely wrong.
Exactly. I mean, when you map out the actual, like, electrical storms happening in your head every single night, that myth is just shattered. So, welcome to the deep dive, everyone. Today, I'm playing the curious student to your brilliant lecturer, if you're up for it.
Oh, I will gladly accept the lecturer role for this one.
Awesome, because we are tearing apart Section 4.3 of Chapter 4 from Psychology 2E today to figure out what actually happens when the lights go out.
Right, and our mission here is really to prove to you that your brain's nightly journey is definitely not an off switch. It's actually this highly complex maintenance cycle.
Okay, so, lecturer, if we're not just powering down, how does the brain actually, disconnect from the outside world to start doing all this work?
Well, it fundamentally changes its electrical rhythm. I mean, when you're awake and alert, your brain fires these high-frequency beta waves.
Which is like the chaotic, fast processing of everything happening around you?
Yeah, exactly. But as you slip into that first phase of non-REM sleep, NREM Stage 1, those waves stretch out, they shift into slower alpha and then theta waves.
Oh, okay.
So that lower frequency basically means your neurons are starting to sync up, they're tuning out the external noise, and your breathing and heartbeat just naturally slow down.
Right, so if stage 1 is kind of like a dimming your computer screen and closing out open tabs, stage 2 must be where the actual, background updates start happening, right?
That is exactly where the brain throws in some really fascinating physiological interruptions.
Like what?
Well, while you're in stage 2, you experience what they call sleep spindles.
Sleep spindles.
Yeah, they're these rapid bursts of higher frequency waves. And the textbook notes that these are, they're crucial for learning and memory.
Oh, wow. So your brain is basically like compressing the day's data and shipping it off to long-term storage.
Precisely.
Okay, but Section 4.3 mentions K-complexes happening here, too. I mean, if spindles are saving the files, K-complexes sound more like, I don't know, a built-in security system.
Yes, that is a great way to put it. They are these massive spikes in brain activity that briefly bridge you back to the environment. Think of a K-complex like a nightclub bouncer.
A bouncer? How so?
Well, say your dog barks or a car door slams outside your window at like 2 a.m. That bouncer briefly steps out, checks the noise, decides it isn't an actual threat, and just shuts the door so the deep sleep party can keep going.
That is wild.
Right. It fires up your sensory processing just enough to keep you safe, but without actually waking you up.
Which I guess allows you to safely plunge into NREM Stage 3, which is like the absolute trench, right?
Oh, yeah. High amplitude, incredibly slow delta waves.
Like if an alarm goes off here, you just feel like you were hit by a truck.
Completely disoriented.
But, and this is the crazy part, we don't stay at the bottom. We actually bounce back up into REM sleep. And here's where I actually have to push back a little on the reading.
How come?
Well, the text says during REM, your brain waves look almost identical to when you are wide awake.
They do.
So the brain is absolutely sprinting, but we evolved a mechanism to completely paralyze our voluntary muscles while this happens. I mean, why?
It's the ultimate evolutionary trade-off. It creates what we call paradoxical sleep.
Paradoxical because your brain is running hot, but your body is frozen.
Exactly. Your brain is running this high-octane emotional and memory processing, but your body is locked down, so you don't physically act out the vivid imagery happening in your head.
That makes sense.
And it is so vital for emotional regulation that if you cheat yourself out of it, your brain literally creates a homeostatic drive to claw it back the next night.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's a phenomenon known as REM rebound.
Wow, and because the brain is running so hot during REM, this is where the mind's movies happen, right? The dreams?
Yes, exactly.
But, okay, moving past Freud's whole hidden desires thing, or Jung's collective unconscious, how does modern science actually prove what dreams do? I mean, we can't put the unconscious under a microscope.
Well, we look at empirical data. So, for example, Rosalind Cartwright's research.
What did she do?
She actually woke up women who were going through really intense divorces right during their REM sleep to analyze their dreams.
That sounds exhausting. But what did she find?
She found a direct statistical correlation. Basically, the more they thought about their ex-spouses while awake, the more those X's invaded their dreams.
Okay, so our brains are essentially running like emotional exposure therapy at night, just forcing you to process the exact anxieties you might be suppressing during the day.
Exactly. It completely strips away the mysticism and makes dreaming highly, highly practical.
I love that.
And neuroscientist Alan Hobson actually builds on this with his activation synthesis theory. He argues that dreaming is really just the brain trying to make sense of all that random neural firing during REM.
Right, trying to create a narrative out of the static.
Yes. But he recently pushed it even further, proposing that dreams act as a kind of proto-consciousness.
Like a virtual reality simulator?
Basically, yeah.
Mm.
Your brain constructs this VR environment to let you practice surviving waking life, but within a safe, completely paralyzed state.
That is just incredible. So sleep isn't a power down at all. It is this hyperactive, totally necessary biological roller coaster that's just keeping your memories intact and your sanity in check.
It is the ultimate background processing system.
Which leaves you all with this to chew on. You know, Hobson mentions lucid dreaming, where you realize you are in the dream and you can manipulate it, right?
Right.
Well, if dreams are truly a built-in VR simulator designed for practice, what real-world problems could you theoretically train your brain to solve if you mastered the controls?
That's a serious question.
Yeah. So next time you hit the pillow, remember you aren't just turning off the lights, you're booting up the simulator.